Welcome back, Blue Raider Nation, to another Blue Raider Breakdown post-game show. I have Joe Dubin here with me after our tough loss against FIU here at Floyd Stadium, 56-30. What are just your first initial thoughts on the outcome tonight?
Well, you're sitting there 27-24 with 3 minutes to go in the third quarter, and you've taken momentum away from them, especially in the end of the second quarter and into the third quarter, and you're feeling good about yourself. But they put together, FIU did a 4-play, 76-yard drive in 56 seconds. And it wasn't nothing that Middle didn't do. It was they executed the fake to their quarterback, went for 40 yards. I mean, he faked us in the broadcast booth. FIU did some really good things that got him in the end zone. That's hard to defend. And from that moment on, the floodgates were open, and you couldn't stop it. You got to remember, these other teams that come in here, they're pretty decent, right? So FIU's 3-5. They want to get to a bowl game. So there's a lot to play for.
Yeah.
But once they're able to get through that and get the momentum back on their side, it was tough for MTSU to recover.
When we're looking at rushing yards when it comes to FIU, I mean, they only had their top running back only had 68. I mean, we were talking about in the press conference their defensive stops overall, the linebacker power that we had. It always comes back to there were certain things in the game where we did do really well, but again, we just couldn't execute to the best of our abilities.
Well, remember, that's a backup quarterback for FIU.
Yes.
So I think it's like it was a game time decision. Some of the plays they were running, that was not a game time decision. They knew their main guy was not going to play this week because the backup was executing at a really high level tonight. And that's the thing. When you get a backup quarterback in there, you want to make him uncomfortable as quick as you can. But they did their offense so well that they were short passes, good runs here and there that kept the game going. But again, Middle had a great opportunity and made it 27-24. You could feel the momentum in the stadium. Like, Middle's got this. And then they come back with that drive. In fact, the drive after that was a short drive as well. So I think they had 2 scoring drives under 2 minutes, and they put 10 points on the board and took all the momentum back. Now you're sitting there at 34-24. There was 43-24, on and on. Just too much to overcome when you have difficulties running and throwing the ball.
And it looked like on both sides for both teams. I mean, 5 of 12 for third downs for FIU, 5 of 17 for MTSU. So both teams were struggling to convert, but again, overall, like, our offense just wasn't being able to connect to solidify it.
Yeah, and they weren't. And FIU, they made some adjustments. They took the short routes out of the game, and Nick really had nowhere to go. The short routes were doing really good. FIU jumped on those, and you couldn't convert on the long ones. But the key stat in that is points off of turnovers.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
So they had 20 points, I think it was, off of turnovers. And, you get take the last 2 scores away because the game was over there. When you're sitting there at 43-24 and you're down 19 and you looked at you've given up 20 points on turnovers, well, that's the ball game.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the ball game right there. They converted on the turnovers. And what did I tell you in the pregame today? What was my main thing? Play clean, right?
Yes.
It's like, I want a clean ball game.
Yeah, exactly.
No turnovers, no penalties. This team, when they play clean, they're really, really good. When they make turnovers like that, it'll hurt any team, especially MTSU. But, I mean, I'm going to go back, and I think about this all night. Down 3 late in the third quarter with all the momentum, and they couldn't just get it done.
And Coach Mace, he was saying, I wrote some notes down, they need more of explosive plays, not just methodical.
Yep.
And he was saying the chemistry. That's just what they're struggling with right now. It's just like that's been the problem for them overall this season. It's like they have great athletes. It's not the talent.
Right.
It's not the issue. It's the chemistry being able to be displayed onto the field.
Well, that's the thing. Explosive play, I consider explosive play anything 20 yards or more. And then a lot of those times, I mean, when Nick takes a shot down the field, and Roman did too, down the middle of the field, MTSU receivers were beating the FIU guys off the ball. I mean, they were getting open. Sometimes you don't have a lot of time to throw the ball. Sometimes you overthrow it just by a tad too much. So a lot of factors go into this. But when Coach Mason's staff sit down and watch this and see the opportunities, I know a great coach, and Coach Mason said this before, we left too many plays on the field.
Exactly.
And that right there describes everything.
Well, after this loss, it's now a 6-loss streak. That's the first time since 2011. But we're pushing forward. We're moving on, and now it's rivalry week.
Yep.
One of the biggest weeks for Middle Tennessee now that we're going to head to Bowling Green next weekend to face the Hilltoppers.
Right.
It's going to be an exciting week. We're turning the page. We're moving on.
And go beat them, ruin their season.
Yep.
I mean, they might get to a ball game, that's fine, but you still beat your rival. then that's, if you could win one game all year long, you want to beat Western Kentucky.
Yep.
And Western Kentucky feels the same way about MTSU. You win the one game and go on. But yeah, put it behind you and go. And I'll tell you again, this is not the record may indicate that they're 1-8. I'm telling you, it's not a bad football team. We see them every single game.
Yep.
It's just that they can't make those mistakes because other teams capitalize on it, and it hurts. And it was a prime example today of that. But put it behind you and go beat Western next week.
Exactly. Well, thank you so much for
Yep,
your time,
always.
Joe. Appreciate it. And as always, thank you, Blue Raider Nation, and let's go Blue.